Hi everyone, this is Bogus Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch Darth Revan figure. Now this figure is really hard to find, but I found it pretty easily, and you'll never guess where I bought it. JCPenney. So definitely check your JCPenney for this, and Sabine, and Baze, and Chirrut too. Those are four really super hard to find Star Wars The Black Series figures, and I found it easily. Baze and Chirrut are just now coming out, so I haven't seen them yet, but I got Sabine and Darth Revan at JCPenney. So definitely check your local JCPenney for this hard-to-find figure, because mine was stocked with him. They had like 3 of him. So, before we take a look at Darth Revan, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So first, he comes with his purple lightsaber, which looks really awesome. I like the detail on the hilt. It's got a lot of detail. There. Now you can see it a little bit better. But the dry brushing of gunmetal in the black looks really nice. And the blade is removable. I just put it right here under this piece of material right here. That's what I do with this other lightsaber too, which it doesn't really look all that bad. I don't think it's supposed to go there though. But I made it go there. So you can only put this in one hand because it is big. It's bigger than the red lightsaber, so you do want to, try not to put it in both hands or anything like that. Because it'll stretch both hands out and then you won't be able to fit this lightsaber in his hand. So here's his red lightsaber. And again, I like the detail going on the hilt. It's got some gold and black going on. It looks really nice. You can see that this one is definitely warped, like, I'm not sure why. Like, if you look at it like this, it looks fine, and then you turn it this, and you can see that the blade is definitely moved back some. So I should probably heat this up and try to bend it back into place. I don't know. So, the blade is removable from this one as well. I just put it on the other side here. Like that. Since it is smaller, it tends not to stay in place, which does bug me. There. But he can hold these lightsabers very well. He doesn't really drop them. His left lightsaber, the red one, is a little loose in his hand, but nothing major. So I really can't complain there. So now for the head sculpt. It looks really nice. It looks very game accurate. Now, I can't say that I've read the comics with Darth Revan. I've just played the Knights of the Old Republic game. But I think it looks very accurate to Darth Revan. I like how the mask looks, and I like that dry brushing of brown over it. That looks really nice. And it's very reflective, too, so it does look like real metal. I really like that. The only thing that I don't like is this hood, because it's a hard plastic. You can see that it wraps around to his back. And it hinders all articulation in the head, because the head is actually ball jointed. Like, you can see that it can actually move just a little bit, but because this hood, it doesn't move at all, which really bothers me. I like his armor there. I like how it's kind of that goldish color. It's kind of gold and silver mixed together. And it has a little bit of marbling to it, so that looks really nice. Then you've got all these hooks. I'm not sure if these are for lightsabers. I think they are. And I think that there should have been, like, loops that you could loop the hilt through. Like most lightsabers in the Black Series do. They have a loop that goes into a hook on the belt of the figures. So I think that would have been nice. So you could actually plug them into something and not lose them. Instead of me just putting them under here. Which it does hold, but if you move the figure around very much, it doesn't. I do like this fabric right here. That looks really nice. I figured this might hinder the articulation because I thought it was actually hard plastic like his hood was, but it's not. It's very soft. But the weird thing to me about this whole figure is that, let me get him back into position here. I had to have him down so that I could get his head sculpt into view. Is that his hood is hard plastic, and then his cape is soft goods. Like his tunic and cape are soft goods. but his hood is hard plastic, which doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, it looks good, but you can't really get any articulation out of the head with that. But I do like this cape. I think this would have been a better material for the Darth Vader figure, instead of having that thick, like 12-inch cape. I'm probably exaggerating a little bit. But I think this would have been a better material for it because it's very thin, and it tends to kind of roll, but it rolls in a way that looks natural. It doesn't look unnatural like the Batman Multiverse cape does. And then it has some holes at the bottom. I think that looks really nice. And his tunic is actually made of a different material. It's, well, you can see the difference. Let me get the cape around here. You can tell the difference. This is, I'm not sure what kind of fabric this is. But you can see it has the lines down through it. And this is actually, this is just cotton. His tunic is. I like how it looks torn at the bottom. Looks like he's walked around in it a lot. So, that looks really nice. And even if you look under his tunic, he's got boots sculpted in and everything. And even his pants are sculpted, which I think is a nice touch, because Hasbro didn't have to do that, since the tunic is always going to be down like this. But they did add that, which I really, really like. So now let's go over his articulation. He does have a ball-jointed head, but you can move it up just a little bit, but it's very painful. I mean, you've got to kind of put your fingers in there, and it just doesn't work out. He's got ball-jointed shoulders that can move out all the way. And this is what surprised me about this figure. He has single-jointed elbows and a swivel. And you can get a lot of articulation out of these the elbows, but I would have preferred double-jointed elbows. He's got a swivel at the wrist that can move up and down and side to side. Now this one moves up and down this way, back and forth, and side to side. This one moves up and down. You can see that this one moves out, and this one moves back, like that. So, when Hasbro gives one figure, or a figure, just a figure, this kind of motion in one hand, I would like it to be in the other too, not just a different kind of articulation. So that's kind of odd to me. It's got a ball-jointed diaphragm that can move back all the way. It can move down just a little bit. It can move side to side. He's actually got a swivel at the waist too, which I really like. He has ball-jointed hips. Now, if you want to get him doing a split, or just about a split, you will have to move the tunic up some like that. But that's how far it can move out. He can kick forward all the way. He can kick back all the way. He has a swivel at the thigh, double-jointed knee, a swivel at the ankle, and an ankle rocker. So overall, this figure is really awesome, and it did surprise me, because I wasn't sure I was going to be a fan of it, but it is really awesome. Now, I don't have any figures to compare it to, because this is the only Knights of the Old Republic figure so far, and I am hoping that there will be another one, like maybe Darth Bane, Darth Nihilus, Bastila Shan, characters like that. So I definitely hope we see more of the, just more expanded universe characters, or just more characters from the Knights of the Old Republic to go along with this figure, because I'd be happy with just a Bastila Shan figure. So, overall, I would highly recommend this toy. My only complaint is that hard plastic hood, and Brock Rivers, the Code 3 collector, he did a hack for this figure, where he fixed the hood and made it fabric, and this tunic piece right here. So I will leave a link to that video in the description below so you can see that. So if you get this figure, you can do that. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.